Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another randomized gaming stream. It's your favorite randomized gaming host here, Random Gamer Riven. Hello, and hello to regular viewer Nico, who I just see has jumped onto the stream. So hello, and welcome to another PlayStation 3 SIXASIX game. I know I had a sort of mixed selection of PlayStation 3 games. I know we said some have been quite interesting. I think most of them are actually really good. There is a whole variety of PlayStation 3 games that I have been routing through the store at the minute, seeing what's worth picking up. There's some absolutely bonkers ones like Donkey Donkey Universe, or that's on PS Vita and PlayStation 4. You have stuff like The Shape of Sound. You have Snake Ball, which I've been playing today, which is a slightly interesting game, with characters riding giant snakes. There's lots of games Sony did not basically advertise at all on the PlayStation Store digitally when it came out. In fact, all these games released while most of these games I've looked at from about 2007 to 2010, most of them released while I was working in the games industry directly. Although I worked with Sony up to about 2013, I was working in London with a publisher for 2006 to 2010. And before I actually ended up in Edinburgh for a year working with one of the PlayStation Home developers. But what's interesting is that none of these games we ever talked about, we ever saw, well, when we actually worked on them. So despite the fact Sony would be releasing that these games weren't getting chatted, and Sony's, I think, really did undersell a lot of these games on PS3 and PSN. It's like they wanted them to fail. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do like a collection of them on disc as well at some point. But this is Super Rubber Dub. I want to say Super Rubber Duck, but it's Super Rubber Dub. And we've seen, I'm just going to check the settings. Language, credits, terms. So there's not much in the way. The controls are... This is an absolutely bonkers game, and it's really quite enjoyable. It's clearly based on the SEGA arcade game Flicky, and Sumo Digital do have a record of working with SEGA on quite a lot of games, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone thought, hey, let's take Flicky, and I wonder if initially they'd actually pitch this as a game to SEGA before Sony picked it up. It is absolutely bonkers. It has a wonderful water effect, as you're seeing there in the background. It's $3.99 in the PlayStation Store, so it really is a budget game. It was one of those games that when I looked reviews, so there's an absolute mixed set of reviews. Some magazines gave it a really high score, so there's a couple who gave it like 90, 80, 70, and others like IGN, I saw IGN UK as well, gave it like 30%, and I'm like, no, this game is not 30%. This is actually a really fun, enjoyable game. It's not a huge game, it's not going to keep you entertained for hundreds of hours, but it's a good fun for a laugh, and it will last you at least a good 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, so it's certainly well worth the money. There's quite a bit to unlock as well, which is nice. It's back when we still had unlockables in video games. Capcom, we discovered today, are about to try and sell you back an invincibility cheat in the new Capcom Stadia when it releases in PlayStation, or when it releases on PlayStation 4, PC and Xbox. Xbox One. I think it's probably there both. They'll of course be available on the Xbox Series X and PS5 as well. But yeah, they were trying to sell you invincibility. I mean, that's just really bad. Now, this game doesn't actually have any DLC from what I can see. Obviously, they might have planned to do some, but nothing ever materialised. But here you go. You can select the players. There isn't a verse competitive mode, annoyingly. It's basically like old school arcade games where each of you take turns. So you see there's quite a few unlockables. So you get the gold duck, the silver duck, the bronze duck for getting various models, the cameo duck, rescue 100% ducklings on all levels. We have the standard duck, we have the chill duck, we have the space duck, we have the alien duck. Now, the alien duck and the devilish duck can only be unlocked online, I believe. You have to be top, basically, in the rankings. So I don't actually have it hooked up to unlock them, but I have actually managed to unlock both of these. That's top 500 on any map, by the way, so I did it on the second map. And then we've got the devil duck top, but I won't be doing any online unlockables. I think I'll save them for another video. I might actually video this. So you get fun, tricky and tough stages, and each stage has, I believe, 20. So this game has 60 stages in total. I'm going to see how far I do. Yeah, it does work on the 6 axes as well. So basically tilt it right, tilt it left. That's why it was moving when I wasn't. So let's jump in. And the aim is literally to tilt the duck and get it to the exit. And this being the first stage is nice and easy. You quacked it. There's lots of quacking jokes, so to speak. Yeah, so I new record, but that doesn't count for the online, sadly. So. I want to save all the ducks. Come on, go down. The stages do get tricky. This is just a bonkers game. It really does remind me of Flicky's on the older SEGA arcade game with the cat, and you had to rescue the little cute Flicky bird. Mort the Chicken. I can't say I've played Mort the Chicken. But with ducks. Yeah, it's basically, if you ever played the old arcade game Flicky Nyko, this is basically that model, which I think is about the earliest game I can think of. Is Mort the Chicken another game that has it? I've not heard of Mort the Chicken before, I must admit. I was saying that you remind me a bit of Alfred the Chicken, but I don't think that had the... Let's jump into the next stage. Let's rub a duck. Now, if you can drop off the ducks early, and so you'll get slightly less score. So, you can also jump as well. Oh no, there they were going. Quacking. But there are lots of really interesting and slightly quirky games on the PlayStation 3 store. Should I move on or try and make that gold? Just see, it does show you, so they got silver, gold. I just want to just see, just go through the stages or try and oh, it's a PS1 game. Okay, no, I've not heard of that one, I have to admit. I'll have a look into that one. But there's still quite a lot of PlayStation games. But I was never, because I wasn't a PlayStation 1 owner during the era, there are quite a few PlayStation 1 games that slipped me by, unlike the Sega Saturn where I literally knew every title going. Because back in the mid-90s, I was a Sega Saturn owner, not a PlayStation 1. This is just a bonkers game. Oh, let's eat duck. Bonus stage. Oh, I see. We're controlling the shark in the bonus stages. Oh, nice. Oh, fantastic. Quacking effort. You get a nice little replay as well. It's actually a really calming, soothing game to play, I will admit. How's the volume, by the way, Nico? Is it just about right for the game? Could it be a little bit louder? I don't think it needs to be any quieter. Especially get level. That is quite enjoyable. We play as the shark as well. The music is very, very relaxing. It's one of those games I don't think the track's been actually put up on the various things, so it would be nice if it really just sort of relaxing just to listen to. And the controls aren't too bad. I mean, I saw a lot of reviews that just seem to slate this, saying, oh, it's SIXASIX. I mean, yeah, it's not fantastic, but it's decent enough. You get the fun from it. It's not like you're being absolutely inhibited by it. This uses SIXASIX wellish. It's not like Lair. Lair was probably the worst. So this one I have to be careful of, because as you see there, the music's actually really, really good. Quacking. Yeah, you're probably right. This probably is a game that should be on sort of phones. It's just very chill out and relaxed to it as well. I mean, if you'd have told me that Sumo Digital made a game without rubber ducks, I would literally have just looked at you with amusement until the other day when I saw this in the shop and was like, who made this? What is this? And fortunately for us, it actually had a free demo. So if you want to play this yourself, there is a free demo to download in the PSN store. To find it, go to All Games and put it to Oldest. This is literally one of the very first games, or at least still available, that was released. It's still available on the PS3 PSN store. It was released in 2007. So it really is a very, very early PlayStation 3 game. Looks very good though. I mean, you wouldn't look at this, if you released this on PS4, PS5 even, you wouldn't bat an eye to say, oh, this looks really good. And this is one of those games that I think should have probably been updated and just ported on the newer machine. Probably a few more stages should have been added. Probably given it analog stick controls as well. And I think it would make a nice, really good thing. I think probably one might want to up it to give you an additional. So this is 60 stages. I think 100 would have been really a very nice number. I should just actually say, because I haven't actually given you the details. And hi to everyone watching as well. Thanks. Appreciate the likes. This was released, I said, 2007. It was developed by Sumo Digital. It was published by Sony Computer Interactive Entertainment, and it is available to buy in the PSN store right now. And it is $3.99 in the UK. In Japan, it's called Pucha Ahiru-chan. But it is available it was released in all regions from what I could see. Well, North America, not all regions, I should be a bit more correct. From what I saw, it was released in North America, Japan, and Europe. I'm not sure if it was released in South America. Yeah, you're right there. They've clearly been able to focus the visuals because they've basically got solid gameplay mechanics, and they said there's not a huge amount going on here. So the demo, incidentally, is 5 stages. Although I've only done one of the stages on the. I think there's 2 of the stages I've done on the demo that are on this. Some of the later ones require you to do jumps and other slightly interesting mechanics that are in the demo. Your duck chain. Actually surprised I got a gold. So basically, the bigger the chain, you get the ducks. If the more you deliver ducks at the end of the stage, you get a bonus that subtracts from your time. So that's how you get gold ranks. It also perfectly captures your replay as well. You get noughts and crosses this time. I mean, this got... Some of the reviews were shameful for this. They absolutely berated it, and it's a lovely little game. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a 90% game, but I'd say there's probably not enough content for that, but it's for the price. It's a very well put together game. It's very enjoyable. And I mean, it's definitely in the sort of 78%. It does exactly... It's fun. It's good. It's a good laugh. So yeah, shame on some of the reviewers. I mean, this is not... I mean, I would say the controls, probably at the time, I think some of them were saying, oh, the 6 axes. I mean, the 6 axes was always going to be rubbish. Motion controls have never been good enough. It's a good fun, this. This looks like basically like a touched-up version of the Nintendo... I mean, it does look a little like it should be on the Nintendo Wii, but just looks much better than it would do on the Nintendo Wii. Ah, so this is a current one, so that's right. This one I have currents in, so I can't go against the current. So we've got... I think that stage might have been in the demo. Super Splashing Great! And that is a reference to Super Smashing Great, which is a reference to an old UK game show called Bullseye, which is what the host used to say. Jim, I can't think of his name at the minute. I'm getting to the age where things I used to be able to remember from like the 80s and 90s, they suddenly slipped my mind a bit. Okay, this stage was in the demo as well. I think there's about 5 stages, but gotta be careful here. So if I can jump, but if I jump, I could knock the little fellas out. So basically I've got to be careful of those edges. I've still got to get the most difficult one yet. Careful, guys. They do follow you. So even if you... Oh, just in. I mean, this game's wonderful to watch him play. This is one of those games I was like thinking this... When I saw it, I thought, what's a game about a rubber duck? It's going to be rubbish. And it proved me totally wrong, so I don't judge a book by its cover, as they say. But yeah, it was initially a bit like, well, they did a game on a rubber duck, Sony. There are a few weird and wonderful games, like Lingering Shadows on the PS3, that are literally like audio demos. There's things like The Tuner as well, which are like music and other weird things. So Sony did have a couple of wacky gaming ideas. There's a few there's one game that's... but literally a fish tank. That's one of the iToy games, and I'll probably pick that one up just to see what it's like. But and because there's really not that many games that use the iToy. Okay. I'm not liking the centre of this. Okay, it's got a whirlpool. So these introductory stages are clearly introducing me to what will be the later mechanics, I suspect. So there are 20 in the fun world. There's 20, I think it was in the taxing or tricky, and then we've got the tough world at the end. So got to be careful with that jump. But yes, visually, I mean, Sumo Digital absolutely nailed the music on this, nailed the visuals, and the gameplay's just perfect as well. This is one of those games I think they could easily re-release on the PS4, add in a few new stages, and I think it would make a nice little download game. I think if you added in competitive multiplayer so you could play together, might be quite interesting. Or maybe you competed against one another on this. Fantavision, yes, we do have Fantavision tucked away somewhere. But stuff like, if you look up stuff like Lingering Shadows, Nico, some of it really is very wacky. I mean, they literally put out the fish tank game, something called Aquandonaut. It's literally is just a screensaver fish tank. And in the UK, it's a slightly expensive screensaver fish tank. Come on, get... There we go. So you can jump as well. I've not used that function, but I will be using it on the later stages. There are a couple where you do have to jump between sort of bath things. But yes, this is one of those games that surprised me because I did not expect it to be what it was. And this is one of those games that, oh, let's eat duck. 60 seconds. These bonus stages are great. They completely go against the grain of the rest of, which is just really crazy. I mean, I would give... This is one of those games I'd actually give serious credit to the creative guys for coming up. This is something... If you'd have told me, let's make a game on rubber ducks, I would just be... Yeah, there are a couple of games like that, aren't there, where they redid the voice acting for the European and American markets. The soundtracks are understandable because often they would use licensed music in those type of games. And when it comes to the crunch, you will actually find that the licensed music, they might not be able to get the rights to the music, say, in Europe, where they had it in the US, is probably due to the UK, actually. Because in the UK we have the PSR rights. Okay, this was another level in the demo. Let's see. This is actually the first one I think I've had the shark. There we got a successful drop off and the shark. I do like all the water puns as well, splashing. That's got to be a gold. The bizarre live-action cutscenes. I have briefly played Fantavision. I don't recall the cutscenes. And yes, you can flip the sharks. So I can basically take them out. Although, admittedly, if I wanted to do this... Ooh. Okay, if I don't save all the ducks, I will replay the stage. Quacking. I would at least save all the stages. The servers have said the online scoreboard is still up, so you can unlock everything. If they do ever go down, you will not be able to unlock 2 of the ducks in this. How's the frame rate in the stream, Nico? Does it look smooth? Is it 60 frames a second? Ooh. I see the sharks are bubbles in this one. Yeah, the music is absolutely just... You've quacked it. Appreciate the likes, everyone. Glad to see everyone's enjoying the stream. This is definitely this is a game that really has surprised me. So I said, if you want to pick up a copy, it is available in the PSN store right now. So for the PS3, it is still readily available in the shop. Yeah, it's just on my place. It should be 60 frames the stream, but on my playback, it looks like it might be showing 30 frames or ghosting. Okay, let's leap for joy. Could have done that one faster. Quackchacula. Yeah, I have played Fantavision before. It's one of those games that I will get... I may play again at some point. I have a long list of games that are in there. Will I ever get round to playing them again? Especially when you keep running into new games like this. Okay. Oh. Okay, now I've got something a bit more menacing. The big shark. Oh, that's... Well... That's the cutest shark I've seen in a long time. You always want a slow motion replay feature to sort of spin the table round or something. I believe multiplayer is basically you take turns to have a go, which is like the really old arcade games. Yeah, whenever you tilt your pad, one thing we'll say, it will actually do that and that. You rubber dub it! I did it! How many medals did you win? Okay, Travis Ryan is the man responsible for this. Very good. Certainly kudos to him. This is absolutely well put together along with all the rest of the engineering, visual art. Yep, kudos to these guys. It really is. Everyone's done a very good job of this tub design. This is a game I'm just seeing if I know anyone here. Probably not. Don't think I spotted anyone. I tend to pay attention because when I worked in the industry around this time, I did work with quite a few people. Super Rubber Dub, thank you for playing. Okay, so that was everything in the easy tab. So what did we do? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we still got the tricky stage to do, and we still got the tough stage to do. Have I unlocked? So win 20 silver medals, win 10 gold. Do you know I got to go to unlock the chili and the space duck before I do? Let's set a little self as a little challenge. Let's get ourselves some additional ducks. So is that 10 silver? Win 20 silver, 10 gold. So okay. So how many golds do I need? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 2 gold, and I need to turn the 2 bronzes into... Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure if the stream's only doing it at 30 for some reason, but it should be at 60. So what's... That's not going to be good enough, is it? Come on, get the last couple. Come on, down, 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 down. No, duck, down, down. Okay, that's actually rather tricky to get them when they go into... Can I... Yeah, if you're going to get lucky, you're going to be able to just cruise through the whole start. Oh, just the one. Yes, come on. Get down there, lads. Get down there. Quacktastic. 28 seconds. Okay, this is going to be a brilliant time. Ooh, wow, that was only silver. Let's try that one again. I think when I jump... Come on, lads, get back. We need that last one. We need that last chap. Yeah, I wonder if this was almost pitched as a Sega game, actually, if they pitched this towards Sega. And we've unlocked the chili duck, so if we exit... The chili duck. He's a cold duck. I must admit, the first stage had a ridiculously high score to get to the top 500. The second stage had a relatively low one, so 13 seconds. Ducks say 10 out of 10. This will be under 8 seconds. Is that going to be good enough? That's a gold. Yep. So I need 2 more golds, and then we've unlocked. Just want to unlock a few of the additional ducks on stream. Okay, this one was actually, you need to be very, very fast. Is that good enough to get gold, that one? I probably have unlocked the other 2 ducks, but I'm not online at the minute. 7 seconds, yes, that's going to be good enough. That should be good enough. So we've unlocked the space duck as well. So yeah, it does. It definitely is that, like you said, that Sega rating system, how well you can do. It does have all your online scores as well if you've got the online mode. So as I mentioned, you will need the online mode to unlock those 2. So if they turn off the servers, these 2 will become unobtainable. But these 4 all good. We have the gold. So the alien duck, that's a green duck with slightly weird looking eyes, and the devilish duck, as you can guess, is all red with a devil's beak. So I unlocked him earlier on my other profile. Let's do the space duck as well. So let's venture into the tricky tub. I mean, the music is just perfect for this game. It's just so relaxing and smooth to listen to. Glad to see everyone's enjoying it so far. It's a really just fun, hilarious game to watch and enjoy. And I just never, until the other week, I'd never even heard of it. There is said, if you want to give it a try yourself, see what the SIXASIX controls are like to this, there is a free to download demo in the PlayStation Store. So if you search Super Rubber Dub. Oh. So I dropped off that last one a little bit later, but I thought I'd get the others rescued first. I didn't want them getting eaten by the sharks. Oh, this is not, so far this is not that tricky, I will admit. But I've been streaming for 40 minutes and it's you're certainly going to be spending a while trying to unlock stuff if you're doing the hard... Oh, we've got... So I want to try and avoid the drifting shark bubbles. You could almost make a Monkey Ball spin-off game or something similar as well. Yeah, it does support up to 4 players as mentioned, but literally 4 players is just everyone playing the same stage, one after the other. Okay, we've got this. I think we had this tab earlier. Now we've clearly got currents. Come on, careful lads, careful lads. Let's get back in there. And a little jump at the end there. This game is utterly wacky, and I suppose it does have that old hint of British design. It's just not something... I mean, this is one. I mean, I'm a creative person myself when it comes to concept, but something like this is just not something that would have triggered to me. I tend to do more sort of slightly stat. Let's eat duck. I do like the fact that ducks are in the PlayStation symbol on a couple of. These bonus stages are fantastic as well. Hopefully you can play them once if there's some unlockable things to do the bonus stages. I've got to be a bit careful. Okay, so the tubs are on the bonus stage, so the duck state are those. You can replay the let's eat. Oops. No, he's gobbling up the little ducks. Rubber dust stick. Oh, so I didn't do well enough to actually progress that time. That's the first stage. This is actually the first stage that's given me any trouble. Okay, you want to collect them in quarters like that. I also want like a chilled out music track. There's like a chilled out playlist. Like, listen to Rubber Duck and chill out. This would be great. This is the type of music you just want to put back if you're working and stuff. I mean, the music's just absolutely fantastic. This, I did see it's by another company, so we'll just have to see. Got a bigger star this time. I've got to be careful because we don't. Oh, no, 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 no. Actually, when they get into that whirlpool, it's next to impossible to get them. Okay, I'll retry that one because if you get into the whirlpool, that's a bit of a nightmare to get them. I mean, I'd say this makes better use of the SIXASIX than Toy Home. I mean, Toy Home was an enjoyable race. Well, it wasn't actually a racing game. It's a driving, exploring game. I know a couple of people looked at me a bit baffling when I was telling them about it in the team, saying, you know, it's not a racing game. So it's like you drive a car, but you don't actually race. And you think, yeah, you kind of just grab and collect medallions. It's like a collectible game. I feel like it's just like a DJ where I say, welcome to the smooth sound of Rub-a-Dub. I'm DJ Ducktastic and we'll be playing the sound smooth music that you enjoy in your Rub-a-Dub bathroom. I always feel like you want a character like that. Because the music's... Okay. They definitely pitched a different route. We've got the shark out. Ooh, didn't want to do that. Didn't want two sharks. All the sharks are actually... The sharks actually fall asleep on them. You can actually force sharks off the edge on certain stages. Driving and racing games, two different things, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a common mistake. People call racing games driving games, but driving game is a game where you drive and don't necessarily race. Okay, this stage is in the demo as well. And this one again. Ooh. Jump for freedom, ducks. Better duck next time. God, there are some terrible duck-related puns in this. But funny, terrible in a funny way, so. Yeah, you can't actually send them. If I tilt them, hey, away they will go. Jump! Jump! Okay, so that's... So lads, come to me, come to me. Come to Papa Duck, come to Papa Duck. I think I just lost the one, didn't I? Quacktacular. Let's give that another shot. You duck record. Let them eat duck. Okay, this one's a bit tougher because I have to go with the current, not against it. Come on, you like. Come on, you'll get. Oh. Gotcha. The golds are pretty lenient on those stages. We've just got the one bronze at the minute. I might just take out that bronze. So we're up to, I think they're every 5 stages that gobble everything up. Okay, let's retry. Yeah, you've got to get that. So this is one place where the 6-axis doesn't quite work as well. Jump, jump! So yeah, when you do the jump, probably one area where the 6-axis struggles to recognise it. Jump! Still got one left. Come on, let's get. Come on, guys, let's get out of there. Oh, for. Keep it moderate, Riven. Keep it moderate. Yes, huzzah, finally. Probably need under 10 seconds for gold, I bet. Yeah. Let's get silver and everything. Okay, this is where things start getting a bit trickier. Now this one I have actually got to control rather carefully. Down, 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 down. No! So close yet so far, so... Okay, so I want to keep the speed down a bit. Oh, I missed one. Okay, just gently. Right. Oh, oh. I especially grabbed those other two before the rest of them came down. That was a tricky stage. Okay, we didn't save all ducks, but we got silver. That's fine by me. So we'll just say, in case you're new to the streams, my name is Random Gamer Riven, in case you're coming on as well a bit later, and I am the host of Randomised Gaming. We are a gaming channel dedicated to all things gaming, obscure, well-known, everything, you name it, we cover it. And at the minute I'm covering this rather obscure PSN title, but despite the fact it's still available to buy, and if you want to buy it now, Super Rubber Dub, I think next to no one has actually heard of it, sadly. And it is an absolutely bonkers game. Yeah, I mean, IGN giving this scores of 30%, that's just bad reviewing. Now, I wouldn't say this is worth scores of 100 or 90%, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, the SIXASIX controller was always going to be just a novelty, really. But this actually does it pretty well. Okay, so this is where things start getting trickier. That's alright, I haven't got any ducks with me. Okay, so despite me falling, I managed to get them splashing. So you only really lose ducks. It's a silver. Really, yeah. Some of the big news outlets really did badly review. I mean, there are times you can actually say that's a bad review. Why have you reviewed it badly? Now, there are a couple of cases. I know a bit of interesting history, having worked in the industry, about some of the review magazines. Some of the stuff I can't tell you on stream. Gosh, my legal team would have a field day, but some of the stuff was very interesting. Okay, so this is another being chased by the big dude. Come on, come on. Hurry, hurry, little duck. Get the little... No, we lost one. But yeah, sometimes I am aware of some magazines occasionally having spats with developers or publishers. But yeah, in IGN's case, I think they were just bonkers with some of their reviews. I think there was also, like you mentioned the other week, there was a tendency just to, because the SIXASIX wasn't that good, just to really rip into it for no clear reason. Come on, did we get... No, I think one of them got gobbled. Avast, we lost 2 ducks. I have a suspicion you need the time and all of them saved to get the gold. Oh, we've got a difficult one. But yeah, 20% for God Hand. I think I remember one of the magazines. I mean, God Hand is a brilliant game. Okay, now we've got some difficult stages. Jump! Okay, I think possibly I've got to go left to right. Can't go forward down. Because God Hand is a brilliant game. I wouldn't say God Hand is a perfect game. It does have its flaws, but it's a very enjoyable game on PS2. You quacked it! Right, I didn't eat the ducks. If I get a silver, I will. I do think I'm going to get. I think I'm going to get a bronze. Yeah, let's retry that one. But I appreciate all the likes so far, everyone who's on stream. I suspect everyone who's currently watching is probably hitting that like button, but very much appreciated. Let's try that again. One thing I will say is, yeah, I wish the menu wasn't on 6-axis. That's quite annoying. Especially because often you'll press it and then not be holding it. So yeah, where 6-axis does certainly meant more supple navigation is not the 6-axis' strong point. But I can't complain about this. I'm having a lot of fun tonight. It's actually a very enjoyable game. I mean, kudos to Sumo Digital for doing this. This is, but yeah, I saw, like I said, I saw a 30% score for this. That's just totally unfair. I mean, this was released as a budget price. I mean, I know I can name countless full-price games that have less content than this, that are harder to control, look worse, and I mean, this is a really nicely, well made product. I think I might swap to the chili duck in a second. Seeing as we've had the space duck for quite a bit now. Oh, we've got little sharks. Okay, so what do the little sharks do? Oh, they push the ducks off the side. This is not doing too well, this one. Yeah, there have been some really weird reviews. I mean, over the years, so I've seen some sometimes see some really great reviews where they're really honest. I mean, you don't expect... I don't like... If any magazine that always gives a game like the max score possible, so the 10 out of 10, that's a bad review from the get-go because no game is perfect. And generally, if you're giving 10 out of 10 or 100%, I mean, very rarely... I mean, fortunately, that was what I liked about 100%. If you marked out 100%, you would never give anything the top score, but it's at least a top score. I think 100% games should only be awarded retrospectively 10 years or so down the line when you realise how groundbreaking they were, and even if you do take their faults, they've changed some aspect of history. So games like Street Fighter 2 would arguably a perfect 100% score because of what they did. Oh, he's going to get a couple. Oh, he's made it a nightmare for me to get them all. Come on, let's just try and save the last one. But yeah, I mean, I've seen some really great reviews by various magazines where they point out like cult games and things that, you know, this is really good. It's got its flaws. But I have seen some dreadful reviews of truly great games as well. So yeah, I mean, something like this, as I mentioned, the reviews for this are just bonkers, saying... I did see one review that gave this 90%. Now that's probably a bit high. I wouldn't say this is a 90% game. Yeah, I've not spent that much time with Suikoden Tactics. I mean, visually it was decent. I think so. The best maps have actually been the ones used in Vandal Hearts and Shining Force 3 in terms of design. Visually, I can't tell you what the best visual ones were. Wouldn't be Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem never done great visuals. And Fire Emblem's map design has never been that interesting. Shining Force 3 had just absolutely outclassed Fire Emblem. Shining Force 3 is basically what I call a genre killer because it was such a defining game in the strategy genre of its map design. It just... nothing ever really came close to it after that. Yeah, Disgaea's map design is very, very average and poor. I would totally agree. You generally get sort of height and things, but they're not that interesting. Disgaea as a whole, so the original game was quite nice, but Nippon Ichi made a couple of mistakes with their stuff. In that Disgaea was tended to get too hard, tended to be too grindy, and a lot of the maps weren't that interesting. And they made a lot of the bosses like really hard. And you had to build up specific game-breaking like setups where you just destroy every enemy, which is fun for about 30 seconds. But once you have a game-breaking setup, it just takes away any challenge from it. Fire Emblem suffers from very bland and generic map design. I should be a little bit careful here. I might actually want to drop these little chaps off because... the more of them there are, the slower they actually... Stay away from the shark, lads. Stay away from the shark. Let's retry that. So this might be one I actually dropped them off a little bit early for once. hope they get down here quickly. Yeah, Valkyrie Chronicles generally very good map design. Shining Force 3 definitely is the best sort of tactical style. Valkyrie Chronicles, as I said, is like a different game. So Valkyrie Chronicles is very sort of realistic playing maps that all work very well. Plus you have some maps with some interesting features. I think my biggest gripe with Valkyrie Chronicles was the how you actually got awarded things. That basically the game only awarded you the best medals for just rushing maps, which kind of kills the fun of them when you're just rushing everything. Vandal Hearts has some great map design as well, actually. Vandal Hearts is a very, very good strategy game. But Vandal Hearts takes a lot after front missions, so... That was not a perfect run. I'm not going to get silver there. That's going to bump it up quite heavily, isn't it? Oh, so this did get silver. Okay, now we've actually got... You notice when they're asleep, you hear the doo-doo, the old sort of lullaby song. Okay, this stage is going to be really difficult to save everyone on. Bear in mind I need to save everyone to unlock one of the characters. Nope, let's try that again. So I'm going to say no, this is going to be a tough stage. At least we can get a silver. Yeah, that type of rush, the problem with that type of rush strategy, and I'll be honest, is you end up formulating the same tactics, so it takes out any real challenge, because if you rush the map, you can only win it one way, so literally everyone plays all the maps the same, which is why I don't like rush tactics. It's like strategy games, a lot of the professional strategy players will just use rush all the time, and that just kills... No, we lost one. Keep losing. This is actually quite a tough stage too. I need to keep control of that spin. So what if you get really good at this, you should in theory be able to spin all the way round. Ooh. Almost, not quite, not quite. Come on lads, no. So yeah, you can, the tilt will control, how much you tilt the 6 axis will control the speed of the duck, which is quite a good thing actually. It actually responds pretty, I will admit, it's, despite my gripes, this is actually controls surprisingly well. No, no. You can actually, you've got quite good position, so you can turn it quite slowly. This definitely uses 6 axes better than a lot of other games. I mean, lair was always going to be issues because that required just 2 complex movements with the 6 axis. This requires relatively straightforward and simple movements, so it's not too taxing with the 6 axes. Come on lads, come on lads, come on lads. In the chain. I'm just seeing what you're saying there, Nico. Yeah, I must be. I've only done the first game. So the first game, the rush tactics were terrible because you did just literally have to deploy. You'd basically deploy sniper. You'd know which units to deploy and who to shoot, and it just, the problem is because it would end up being the same. You'd be like, okay, well I've got to deploy this guy here. I've got to win this objective by this turn. This objective by this turn. Hey, got the big guy out. That's probably not going to be a silver, but you never know. Jamie don't get a bonus for shark out or something. That would have been quite good. You rub-a-dub did it and cleared Tricky. How many medals did you win? Woot! I'll just let the credits roll again just to give myself a brief break. But yeah, so we've done fun and we've done tricky, so... But we've got to get a lot more gold medals. That one's going to be... That stage is going to be very tough. So yeah, both these two are said online too. That's finished in the top 500 of all time on any stage, so that's not too bad. Just don't do the very first stage. That has a ridiculously low score. I actually did it on the second stage. And then we have finishing top 100 monthly rankings. I did that straight away because obviously there aren't too many players playing the game at the minute. If you are enjoying Super Rub-a-Dub, thank you for watching. Please do consider hitting that like button. It's very much appreciated as well. So we've done fun. We've done tricky. Is that? I just wonder if there's going to be unlockables other than whether there's additional difficulty, but probably not. I think I've got medals on every single one. Yeah, I must admit, I haven't played the... So I played the 4th Valkyrie Chronicles quite a bit, but I've not played... I've played the 3rd a little. I've barely played the 2nd. I do actually have them all. I mean, I really enjoyed the series, but it's one of those ones that I thought I'll get around to them at some point and just haven't. I think I was disappointed with the PSP ones. The second game had a really bad story. I wasn't going to say horrendously bad because I disliked the fact that it was all stuck in a school. So it's just like, oh, we're trying to do that Japanese thing of doing a school, and it was just like... The only interesting thing was the fact it's set after the war where they're rebuilding, which is an interesting thing, but I think they probably needed to conclude the war properly before. Because the whole I think the point is you always seem to be playing as Gallia, and Gallia is like a neutral country in the war invaded by one of the others for its deposits, and you really want the full war, so... So yeah, those little fellas push you out. Go and get the ducks in there. Get the ducks in there. They're all going for the exit now. Those little sharks are quite annoying, actually. They're delaying the release of the escaping of my ducks. Okay, Night Nico, thanks for being on stream. I very much appreciated you being on stream. Have a good evening, and I maybe hope we'll see you on Thursday stream or sometime next week in one of the other streams. Thank you for watching. Let's rub-a-dub. Oh, let's try that again. So these stages are definitely getting trickier. Although this one's not too bad. Ooh. Okay, so more precision movements, Riven. Yeah. Yeah, so you can really, if you don't move the pad too fast, you can actually control it very well. This is not sort of Wii remote responsiveness, which was... Anyone who told me they could control the Wii remote in most games, I always bit my tongue and just sort of nodded rather than saying, I think you're telling a porcupine there. It's actually pretty, you can get away with just moving things fairly subtly. I mean, it's not perfect. There's a delay with how you do it, so it feels like you're carried a little bit by inertia, but it's actually the SIXASIX use in this is pretty good. It's not too taxing. It's not like Layer, which is just unplayable due to the amount of responses and controls it wants. So I can be a bit guilty popping those ones because they're just only 2 to drop off. Yeah, you had a few side stories in some of the later games. So the first game had side stories. I think the 4th one has side stories. I've not played the 3rd one. Yeah, when you miss a little bit. I mean, I can sometimes find backstories on characters being a bit annoying, but it's nice to have the option to do missions like that just to give you... there's nothing worse than having a game that has too much backstory. Wait, was that no medal? Okay, so that was a bronze. That was only a bronze. Duck saved 100%. Yowzers. Okay, they're definitely getting taxing now. So yeah, I think this probably could have done with the fact I'm near. I mean, we're under. So I'm 1 hour 30 into the stream, and okay, I've played it a little bit just to get used to the controls, but I haven't done that many missions, and I'm getting near the end of the campaign. You probably wanted about 100 stages, I'd say, unless there's additional unlocks. No, the ducks! Will someone think of the ducks? Can be a bit cheeky and literally slide off some of the sharks in this. Oh, no. I'll try and get all the ducks at least. Sharks do take a little bit more to throw out. Actually, no, that's good, that's good. I don't want to quit. Get the sharks out. Come on, Quacktastic. $36. So what's that going to be? Duck chain. So is that going to be silver? That's a silver. Let us eat duck. Quacktastic. Those duck puns are hilariously bad, but they are fun. Oh, got silver on that one. That was a bit of a close one, so I think I'm almost at the end now. I appreciate everyone who's coming on. What stage am I at? I'm at tab 13. Right, I won't actually. I think we're approaching 1 hour. Oh, maybe I'll keep going for a bit longer. I might actually try and do all the stages. I think I'll at least try and get awards on them all. So, one we didn't have. Yep, we got bronze on everything on the tough category. Okay, this is one with lots of whirlpools. So this one's going to be decidedly deceptive. It looks easy. Now I could just do that, just literally. It says as he jumps everything, so. Another bonus stage, so yep, things are definitely getting a little bit crazier. These stages are definitely tougher. I wouldn't say they're that much tougher than the previous ones. They're definitely ramped up a little bit since the start, but this is not a hard game, partly because I expect the SIXASIX controls. Here's some good trigger. I think I've got to chase the ducks down with the shark. Oh, just in the nick of time. Possibly, I think there could have been a few more tunes based on the difficulty of the world. And I think there definitely should have been a fourth and possibly a fifth world. See if there's anything if you get... Ooh. Try this one again. Right, so the big sharks can't be flipped unlike their smaller variants. It'd be nice if there was like a duck battle with the big shark at the end, but I don't think there will be. I think my one criticism of this will probably be the fact I've nearly got through it. Although it's a £4 game, my attitude is always £1 per hour, so I'd probably say it probably needs a couple more stages. Or possibly a level editor so you could make your own levels. But yeah, give this standard control so that you just tilt the thing. I think it's going to give it a very nice... And add in... If I was going to do it, if I was doing this, I would probably add in bosses and make the ducks... give the ducks a bit more character, so have little like backstories and things. And have more than just the giant sharks as the enemies, so... We actually managed to get gold on that one. That's quite surprising. I hadn't got gold in a while now. Let's restart that. The jump control is probably the weakest thing. I think that's possibly why not that many stages have it, because I've noticed a couple times I've tried to jump. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. That way I've less... Come on, off you go, bub. There you go. That's me messing that one up. I suppose the backgrounds are just clouds in the sky. I can guess it's for the aesthetic, but they could have done some more interesting things. So you could have almost had like things in the background. So you could have been like in a bathroom in one of the stages. And I get the fact it's meant to be like in the sky, but they just feel a little bit like they're probably the background's probably the weakest thing, I think. I get the feel that you want to drift it in, you kind of want to be drifting in the clouds, but I think you could have done something a bit more, I think Sumo could have done something a bit more interesting with them. For some reason they all decided to not follow my lead, that's fine. Come on, gently, gently. Didn't have enough speed for that second jump. And there I had too much speed. I should actually aim to jump at the banisters so that way I can get the speed up and crash into them. Gotcha, finally. Okay, did I miss any? Did any fall off the edge? Head down. We lost a duck. We lost a duck. See how far we are to the end. So we've got 3 stages left. Okay. Okie dokie. Ow! Okay, this stage has got currents. Oh, that bit's quite nasty because you've got currents and... Yeah, that corner is actually probably one of the hardest bits I can... Right. Oh, come on, ducks, follow me. Okay, so basically you have to jump. Both these platforms will throw you off. It's very difficult to try. So at the corners of these two, because of how the water's dropping, you will basically be thrown off. So you've got to get your... So I need to basically angle it so... I'll be slightly less impatient. Come on. Okay, so pull down. Oh, I can't believe I just missed. No, I want that last one. Can we get this one home? Oh, this is a dreadful time. Oh well, at least we got a bronze. Well, I think passing a stage needs to get you a bronze. I haven't yet had a stage where we didn't get anything. Maybe... Let's rubber duck. Okay, we've got Angry Shark stage. So I think we're 2 stages away from the end of the game, so yeah. It's not the longest game. I mean, you don't expect it to be that particularly long. Oh, I see how this one works. I'm gonna have to follow the currents. I'll just get rid of the sharks while we're at it. Splashing time. That was not particularly very good, but well, we finished at 33 seconds. Duck save, 13, 11-second penalty. I wonder if I might get silver on that one. I think this is it. This is the last stage. So I think I'll probably do a playthrough at least of the easy course, perhaps. It's on the channel. I think a lot of people would appreciate that one. I won't take too long either. Aim for all gold on the easy, I think. Might be a nice little video for the channel. Bronze duck unlocked. Okay, so that's every stage in the game. You rub-a-dub did it! You cleared tough. How many medals did you win? Probably could have done... I appreciate... Oh, congratulations, you earned a silver. Okay, that's quite nice. Nice little congratulations message. Be nice if there'd just been a picture of the ducks and things with the sharks and the... together. Just a bit of artwork. Just to round it off. It probably needed that. Yeah, so what's that time now? I think we've just gone over the 2-hour mark, and that is the whole game finished. I would say that it probably needed a few more stages. I appreciate it was £3.50 I think when it released. It's now £3.99, but it's definitely I'd say could be a touch longer. And that is the end of the game. So yeah, that's a nice little game, Super Rub-a-Dub. I'd highly recommend it. I think it's good fun. We got the other characters to unlock. I would argue that it probably did need a few more stages. I think because that way you probably got £1 per hour. Maybe because if you're, I'm technically I'm a professional gamer. I used to do testing and various and worked in development, so I have vastly better skill than your average mainstream gamer. But even then, it'd probably only take, I suppose, yeah, I'd probably say an extra, I think you'd probably want something like insane and additional, I think 80 stages at the minimum, I think, because probably my thing is the fun ones feel more like tutorial stages and are just too easy because you can whiz through them. So they probably need a few more hard stages. And the toughest stages, you probably want to do some even more harder stages. And it'd be nice to have like a face-off against the giant shark at the end. So we've got the bronze duck. Let's just try them out on a mission. So it'll be next to get silver. So this is an early game. This does not have PlayStation trophies. One of those games. Before Sony made it a requirement to add in PlayStation trophies, which was quite funny because many of the developers didn't want to add them in because we felt they were a waste of time. I guess it was nice to know. So yeah, the game has 60 stages. I think probably could have done with a few more. But it's a really nice, I said, it's a really nice package overall, and I highly recommend it for the price. It is only £4 on the PS3 store, and I would recommend picking it up before the store gets shut down again, or at least they decide to do another U-turn, although I don't think when they announce it next time, it'll probably won't be given a proper U-turn. But I think some of these games, I think they should look at actually updating and bringing to the PS4. I think a few more stages, a few different modes, maybe a slightly different challenge mode, time attack, ghost mode, having ghosts and things, and a few other implements. I think you could make a really nice puzzle game here. Certainly if you were making a proper version, you'd want about 200 puzzles. That's different enemies. Maybe a few bosses as well, where you've got like the bosses and things, just to add in a bit of puzzle skill, because you could do that where you have to like shake and knock the boss and get them off the bath or something. But yes, that has been Rubber Duck, a very nice little game. So I will wrap it up here. Thank you all for your likes, everyone. I have been your host for this randomized gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven, and I will be back on Thursday streaming. I'll probably stream another PS3 game this Thursday, and then I'll do some other stuff. I initially wasn't going to do PS3 this week, and then I thought actually I will do a YouTube turn, and I would to stream, especially after I was playing doing this and playing Hustle Kings with the World Championship out. I thought, yeah, I'd quite like to play some pool and showcase some pool. So this has been Rubber Dub, Super Rubber Dub. It is available now, said on the PSN store. It's a very nice little puzzle game, and it's well worth it. It's been great fun for the last 2 hours. It's really cheap to buy on the store and buy Sumo Digital. So yes, I doff my hat to Sumo Digital. This is a very well put together early PSN title that Sony did not market very well. I mean, seriously, Sony, I worked in the industry at the time and never heard anything about some of these games. Some of these games were literally, no one was talking about them. They should have at least been saying, this is what we'd do. I feel Sony perhaps underplayed some of their, because this is a really nice little game as well. It's a really nice little game. They did some weird arty type games. There are a couple of odd ones. If you look on the PSN store, as I mentioned, there are a few odd ones, but this has been Super Rubber Duck and comes highly recommended from me, Random Gamer Riven, the editor of Randomized Gaming. Okay, so that's it for my Duckfield stream. I will be heading off now, and I will see you Thursday. Have a good night, a good evening, good morning, or a good afternoon wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you Thursday. Night, everyone. Oh, and just before I go, I should say, if you enjoyed this stream, as always, please do hit that like button. Thank you to everyone who has hit that like button. And of course, if you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. It's very much appreciated if you like our content. And I do stream, as I said, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday every week at the minute at the same time. That's 21:30 GMT. And I'll say bye-bye again, everyone.